This girl is sad. She's lost everything.
I saw things nobody should see. I've seen warplanes, missiles, machine guns, tanks. You can't imagine how scared I was.
I was at school when the building was attacked. My mum came to pick me up and to hide me from the government forces.
We got used to the war. We could sleep even through the sound of gunfire and helicopters.
I left Damascus, but at first my parents and relatives stayed. Sometimes I felt really sad because they were there and I was somewhere else. I wondered why they didn't come for me. There must have been a good reason. And it was because of the house that we'd been building for years. We worked for 9 years to save money to buy our house in Damascus. We only stayed in our home for 8 days. Then the area was bombarded and we had to leave.
We are at Domiz, a Syrian refugee camp in Iraqi Kurdistan, the largest camp in the whole of Iraq. 60,000 people live here, around half are children. Omar and Rojda, like all the other kids, bear the scars of war, and they're looking for some semblance of a normal life. Rojda and Omar arrived at the camp with each of their families about 7 months ago. They didn't want to leave Syria, but violence, fear and poverty finally forced them to cross the border into Iraqi Kurdistan. They've both missed over a year of school, and they didn't make it into the classroom this year because the 3 schools in the camp are already overcrowded. Instead, they found their way to both the youth and child-friendly spaces opened in April by the French NGO Acted.
We have many strategies to use with the traumatized children. The basic thing in them is concentrating and focusing on the positive traits that the child have and building on them so the child become able to cope with the life here and go ahead with his life.
This is a Kurdish lesson, which is very important to me because it's my mother tongue, and learning it was forbidden in Syria.
We play, we take part in drama, and they tell us stories. It's nice because we can forget, and we don't have to think a lot.
EU Nobel Peace Prize funds have been given to these 2 centres as part of the initiative EU Children of Peace that helps kids affected by conflicts. The child-friendly spaces are meant for up to 250 children a week. They're used by over 1,000, but there are 30,000 kids at the camp, and the harsh conditions at Domiz make child development very hard.
I think if the situation goes for a long time, children in the camp would not be able to go back to a normal life. Though children have some kind of resilience, but they would not be able to use this resilience if they continue living in a camp situation.